Mike McCool here in the Royal Examiner Studio, and with me today are the book ladies. We have Melody Hotek and Michelle Ross from the Samuels Public Library, and we're going to talk We're going to talk about books, and that's pretty easy. I can figure that one out. And all the events that are happening starting now and going through April and May, there's just so much going on at the library. It's just like we can't keep track of it. Yeah. And so we get these lists, and you guys just do so much at the library, and I think we need to get more involvement. And you got a couple of really cool things coming up, but let's talk about what the newest, the closest one is. This one here about Taste of Books.
Yes.
You want to talk about that first?
Taste of Books is our annual fundraiser. It's the one big fundraising event that we do throughout the year, and it generates a lot of money for the library. This is going to be my very first Taste for Books.
That's right, you were the newbie. She's the newbie.
I've been here almost 2 years now, but because of COVID, we haven't been able to host it. And so I'm really excited. People keep telling me it's the party of the year. Yeah. There's costumes, there's good food, there's good drinks. Isn't what I hear too? I won't be imbibing because I'm working, but everyone else can. So Melody is one of the people who actually got this fundraiser started around almost 10 years ago. Next year will be the 10-year anniversary. So she can kind of speak to the fun that's going to happen and how
Melody.
It works.
I mean, she's a fun lady. So.
She is.
Well, I actually got started in I've been doing it for about 5 years now. The library had started, but I got pulled in when I joined the fossil board, and they were like, "Oh, you have event background? We need you." So
that's right,
I've
they
been
call
helping.
that voluntold.
Yes, we volunteer people a lot of things.
So it's been so much fun. So every year it's a way to have a creative outlet, and
Sure.
Every year we come up with a new theme and all kinds of fun ideas.
So when is this?
April 23rd. At 6 p.m. and tickets are on sale now. They're $50 per ticket, or if you buy 4, you get 1 free. So we've got a lot of great food.
See, you would normally do that. You buy 5, get 1 free, and you call it a 6-pack. But we won't go there.
That's a good idea. We might have to take that into account next year.
If you're going to have drinks, that's typically what you do. Anyway, so this time the theme is on the high seas.
On the high seas.
So what are we going to expect with that kind of a theme?
So we transformed the library completely. So we're going to have one huge meeting room be the ocean, part of the library will be the harbor, and then another part will be the islands. And so we expect people who are coming, staff and people will come, they love to get dressed up. So it'll be everything from Titanic to regular pirate ships and beachwear. And
we even have the Shenandoah Music Festival. Is that correct?
Yes.
They are picking a book about a soprano to be the theme of their table, and it's hitting the high seas. So it's a wide variety of things.
So you can wear your tuxedo, or you can wear your Margaritaville.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
You can be a parrot head. That's perfectly fine.
So it goes from A to Z. It doesn't, So come as you are, come as you want to be.
And costumes are not required, but they do make things more fun.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, it makes a lot of fun.
Yeah, it always cracks me up. It's like my Halloween costume. I seen them. It's just like a white T-shirt, and it just said generic Halloween costume. Anyway. But it sounds like a lot of fun. That's on April 23rd, 6 o'clock. We can get tickets on the library site, other places.
On the library site, you can pop into the library and purchase tickets there, or from any of our Samuels Library Board of Trustees members.
Right.
So if you know anyone that's on the board, they've got tickets to sell.
Yeah.
This is a fundraiser. This is not just going to a party. So this $50 goes a long way.
It really, for the money, it's not just we have table hosts, which are local groups, and we want to thank them for participating. There's groups that have been there every year, like the retired teachers. They've been there every year.
Well, let me pull up our little sign here so Mark can get a it's time. Taste.
We're gonna have a compass. So we're playing 2 games.
Okay.
Treasure hunt games.
Yes.
So one is to find the big treasure, and then every table also has a little treasure chest. So there's 2 games, 2 chances to win prizes for drawings. We have a ton of prizes, and we have a silent auction. I mean, the entertainment value is a bang for your buck. So there's more to do than just eat.
Yeah.
She looks at me when she says that.
But
Taste of the Town. So it's $50, buy 4, get 1 free. That's a bargain.
Yeah,
April
it's a good deal.
23rd, 6 o'clock at the library.
Yeah.
We all know where that is. So
Yeah.
we won't tell anybody what the address is. No,
Yeah.
we will.
330 East Kreiser Road.
Shabby, get that in there.
They're so good. So that's the April 23rd. Anything happening between now and the 23rd?
Well, we have an Easter egg hunt in conjunction with the Warren County Parks and Recreation
Right.
Department coming up this Saturday, actually.
yes, right.
So it's going to be a little bit chillier, but there's going to be free books, Easter eggs, story times, and it's all ages. So come out to that. I believe it starts at 1 o'clock. I brought the handy dandy calendar of events
And, you
here
know,
so we can check.
You can see on the Royal Examiner, we have all your calendar
Yeah.
stuff posted, and we push this stuff out every week to see what's going on in our community. We share it all over social media, and it's just so much that we got to do it a lot of times. I mean,
Yeah, we have a lot going
the
on.
thing is interesting. We get these reports from them. You have things for adults, and then you
Yes.
have things for children. So it's not just for little kids.
Right.
You cover from
Yeah.
cradle to grave.
Yes.
And
Cradle
then
to grave.
things
That's
for the whole
absolutely
family.
right.
So it just runs the whole spectrum.
Right.
And the thing that I love about the library is this year especially, even more so, we've been reaching out to find community partners. So we're partnering with, you'll hear Michelle tell you about all the different partners that we have been able to reach out and
We've been partnering with the Front Royal Women's Resource Center to bring the Women's Wellness event. We've been partnering with Parks and Rec a lot lately when the Story Walk and other events. They've got some really cool stuff planned together this upcoming summer that we're looking forward to announcing.
Right.
And really it benefits everyone. I think the more we can pool our resources and work together, the more we can reach people in the community.
Well, you use the word community, and that's what it's kind of like the central focus point of our community. All the things happen at the library. That story walk has really taken off, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. We just had a big event there March 26th. There's a new book out about birds, and so I would recommend, it's called Have You Heard the Nesting Bird? And I would really recommend that you go out
I didn't, when
and
it
learn.
first started, I didn't realize that the stories would change.
Yeah.
I thought it was like one thing you stick on and you read the story, but no, it's evolving as you go along.
And there's sponsorship opportunities there too. If businesses or individuals want to dedicate a story to someone, like we did for Jim Eastham, then they can look on the library's website. There's a sponsorship form there, and they can pick their month. We've already got a book picked out, and we'll put a nice little dedication message on there
That's
for them
great.
too.
That's great. So what's happening in May? The big thing.
So the big thing in May is the return of SammyCon.
Oh.
So it is May 7th, which is the same day as Family Fun Day, but these are not competing events. We want people to go to both.
Sure.
There's going to be a magician. There's going to be Pokemon cookie decorating. The theme is video games, so we're encouraging people to dress up as video game characters too. Play Favorites is going to help us out with having an arcade at the library. And Code Ninjas is going to be teaching like a video game coding class. We're really excited about that.
That'd be cool.
And the other big thing is this year we are partnering with 4 Color Fantasies to bring Free Comic Book Day. So we will have free comics for all ages. So we've got stuff for little kids and stuff for grown-ups and the in-betweeners too. So.
Well, a disclosure, my son-in-law wins those contests all the time. He's a big cosplay kind of guy. The whole family, my daughter and my grandson, they all dress up in these characters and they go overboard with the thing. So he's won several years in a row. So we'll see how he does this year as a character, because they're really big into the Star Wars thing and that kind of thing. So
and there's lots of Star Wars video games. So.
so maybe he'll stay with that theme. That's a hint, but we'll see what he does.
Maybe
but
he can be a pirate and come to Taste for Books.
Maybe. Hey, he loves doing it. They all do. I mean, it's good when the whole family can do it together and they dress up the kids and they all get into it. So it's a kid at heart. Right. And I think that's what you can do. I mean, where else, it's kind of an excuse to get dressed up and be silly.
Exactly.
Without being criticized.
Right.
Or hauled away to the funny house.
And the library is a judgment-free zone.
Oh, yes.
We're like Planet Fitness. No judgment. So.
Oh, you guys are crazy. All right. So that's May. Is that far enough, or are we going to go past May?
We do have some new services, too.
Okay.
I think we just sent out a press release yesterday that we have a new memory lab that's available for people to use.
You'll read that on the Royal Examiner.
Which is really cool. So if you have old VHSs that you want to convert to a digital format, we've got something that can help you there. If you had old film, you can process that into a digital format too. It's really cool. And you can make those reservations online using like you would a meeting room.
Good.
And our reference staff will be helping you out the first time. And then once you kind of get the hang of it, you're able to kind of do it on your own. But we're really excited to bring that. I think that's going to help people preserve their family memories.
Sure, it is.
And history.
I try to encourage people now, don't wait until the technology is gone, because we're having a hard time, getting VHS players and things, and we convert a lot of stuff. But I'm going to send people your way, because,
I got to be the first to use it. And
it worked good.
Yeah, it works great. And slides and all kinds of things.
What kind of cost involved is that? Is there a cost involved?
It is free to use.
Oh, good. I was sending everyone over there.
And you don't have to have a library card to use the memory lab.
Oh, wow.
So if you don't have a library card, you should get one.
Yes.
But we're not going to make you have one to use
so you don't
the
have to
memory
check
lab.
show your passport when you come in?
No.
No library passport?
You do have to be 18 or older, and if you're younger, you need to have an adult with you to use the machine, just because there's some
Sure.
It's expensive.
Don't break it.
But we also, something that's coming with SammyCon too, is we're going to be debuting a board game collection.
Okay.
So you can use your library card to check out board games. We worked with Play Favorites to come up with a good core collection. So if you have family game night, or if you like to play fancy tabletop games and you don't necessarily want to make that very expensive, so you don't want to make that big investment, you can kind of try before you buy.
Right.
And sometimes you play a game once, you don't like it.
Right.
This way you don't have to shell
out
out the cash.
think too hard sometimes.
Yes.
Michael down there at the Play Favorite, he's a great guy.
He is a great partner.
And he has such a great business. If you're in any kind of games and just want to have fun, go visit Play Favorites down there at the Royal Plaza.
That's a great store.
He's got a little playroom back in the back there. You can try things out. And he just does a lot of things. He's fun.
Yeah. And he's helping us on May 21st. We're having a puzzle fundraiser.
Right.
So you can grab a partner. You can have a 350 puzzle for 2 people or a 500 puzzle for 4 people. And there's a small cost to that. But you come in with your fellow puzzlers and click, everybody go, and see how fast you can put the puzzles together.
They have puzzles with no pictures on them.
Yeah, we're not doing
that.
or puzzles that are two-sided puzzles.
Yes, I've seen those.
I thought, oh my gosh, I have a hard enough time putting those 6-piece puzzles together for little babies. I fit in that hole, and I try to get it anyway. But no, it's a lot of fun, and it's good for your memory, it's good for your brain. It's just really good to do.
Keeps your mind active.
To do it. So I see people all the time on their phone. They're doing games and puzzles, but really. They're not just they're relaxing, but they're also conditioning their brain. And whoever thought, video games would be worth anything. And now they're training pilots.
On the video.
On the video, and that's who we're training. So we evolve in the technology.
The library has video games available for checkout as well. They're children's games. We don't have any mature games, but we do have video games available for checkout.
What doesn't the library do?
Food. That's hard to say. Yes, we don't have food
on
most
the
of the time.
Oh, we will. Yes, occasionally we have food.
Occasionally we have food, but not most of the time.
I think maybe it won't surprise me. You have a little coffee bar set up in there, and
we do have coffee for sale through the Friends of the Library bookstore.
The bookstore sells coffee.
And you have meeting spaces.
We do have meeting spaces,
and they're pretty cool, and they're good size.
Yeah.
I mean, you got meeting spaces for groups to come. They can kind of like rent a space and do that. So there's a lot of things. Check out the library. It's so cool. You do so much, and and again, not everybody takes advantage of it. I'm sure that you see that. You go in there and people, I don't even know do we have a library? And they'll do that. But you should just come in, stroll around, take a look at it. It's I've donated hundreds and hundreds of books, and I go back to your book fair. There's all my books for sale. I said they're brand new. I've only read them once or twice or 3 times. But
we do pretty good about purchasing things as soon as they're out. All the hot new bestsellers. So
but see, mine
then
are
when
all
we get the
business
new
books.
ones,
No one wants business books.
Well, we're talking with the Chamber of Commerce about maybe doing a business book club. So that's something that we haven't ironed out all the details yet, but it is something that we're in discussion about.
I'll share you my library. I have
The books find their home. So a little while ago, a month or so ago, we had all the schools come, the teachers, the librarians, and from all over, other counties too. And we gave out over 1,800 books for free to the libraries and
to help
the teachers.
supplement classrooms and school libraries.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and I recently gave out books to the pregnancy center. They were all parenting books and what you're to expect when you're expecting. So they all find their home.
Yeah.
So we'll try to figure out where we can take all your
Well, you
business
know, and
books.
I've got shelves full of audiobooks.
Oh, people love
And
audiobooks.
they
They're
do like
more
that.
popular than ever.
Most of them are on cassette tape, but they're still good. We'll convert them over and do something. But no, there's a lot of things like that, and I can remember. Whenever I drive, I always just listen to that. My wife says, "You've heard that 6 times." I said, "But when I hear something, I start focusing on that." And driving, and I don't really hear what he says after, or whoever the person is. Yeah. So I got to listen to it again. Yeah. And every time you hear or read a book, you pick out something new.
You find something new. Yes, absolutely.
You can read these things over and over again. And I know people that have these book libraries, and they'll start at this end and go through it, then they just go back and do it again. And they hear something new.
Yeah, there's certain books that I reread every year.
Yeah.
So
my son loved those books where they call it "Pick Your Own Ending." I don't know what
Choose Your Own Adventure books.
Yes,
yeah.
He read those things. I think he checked out every one at the library. My kids used the library. They were really good readers. They still read today. And they're much older, but they still like to read, and it's just it's a good thing to do.
It encourages lifelong learning, which we all need.
I tell you that I want to share this again. That I read some useless information. That's my favorite book. Those useless information books, and it said you couldn't read if we didn't have that little voice in our head. You ever heard that?
No, I haven't heard that.
You ever know you have a voice in your head, right?
Yeah.
When you're reading to yourself, but you couldn't read if you didn't have that. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
So research that and see if that's true.
Learn something new. I'll look it up at the library.
But you don't think about it. Of course, be careful with that little voice in your head.
Yeah.
Get you in trouble.
Like the guy on your shoulder.
Yeah. We all have that. I guess that's our subconscious telling us what to do there. But anyway, you guys do so much at the library. We want to share this information with our community. Get a library card. Is it as easy to get since you've been there? Have you eliminated all them 48 forms of identification?
You need one form of identification
okay.
and proof of address, which can be your form of identification if it's the accurate
Not a P.O.
address.
box.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we do have to be able to reach you.
So they want to come and
we
get
need that address.
They want those books back. I know.
Well, we have laptops for checkout now too.
Oh,
so
wow.
we've got some pretty expensive things that we do need to keep track of, and that's the reason why we have to ask for proof of identification.
Years ago, my kids would go over and get the VHS tapes from the library and do that, and it's just you guys have everything there.
Well, now we even have streaming movies. If you use the Hoopla app, you can stream movies at home with your library card.
Wow.
And we still have DVDs too. So
they got everything.
all sorts of entertainment.
It is so cool. That's our library.
That's it. Are we lucky?
And we are lucky. And again, we have to do these fundraisers because the library's not really funded by the government per se. And
well, the county gives us the majority of our funding.
I know you get them out, but it's not enough.
Right. In order to do some of the extras, they give us enough to keep the doors open and keep books on the shelves, but these extra events and learning enrichments that we do and some of the extra services that we provide, the county has so many things they have to fund. So they can't give us everything that we want.
They fund the traditional library, right? The traditional library.
The extra stuff we go out and we get money for.
Well, that's good. So that's why we want you to support, pay the $50 and go.
That's right. And have a good time.
And have a good time. It's for a good cause. I do know, again, I can't say enough that all the great things you do. Anything else you want to cover? You got a list here.
No, these are some of our table hosts for Taste for Books and our sponsors. So
we do want to thank our sponsors.
Yes, including the Royal Examiner
as a
sponsor.
Of course,
We've got Royal Cinemas in the bowling alley. We've got the River, Northern Virginia Daily. I know I'm forgetting some. Target is a sponsor.
Yeah.
I've actually got the list right here. First Bank, Front Royal Dental Care.
Yeah.
a lot of community support here,
That's
which
good.
is
That's what we want.
really great.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, they were kids once too, and I'm sure
Yes.
most of these people use the
Yeah.
library.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a great, it's a good, and these events are so much fun. I know my kids have all gone over the years.
Yeah.
And since we have our new library, well, we call it new.
Yeah.
I can remember it used to, now it's on the other side of town.
That's right.
Yeah.
But it's amazing how much stuff that you've allowed to be able to do now with the bigger space.
Yeah.
And the parking,
Yes.
and the
Yes.
things you have there, and it's just great. I'm glad you do it.
And we're working on the amphitheater.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
going to
that's
ask
still
you.
a
We
work in
went over there
progress.
and we've covered that a couple
Yeah.
different times on the Royal Examiner, and I'm just curious how's that moving along. And
So it's been approved by the school board and by the county, and we're just waiting on the lawyers to
Finalize the documents.
Finalize the documents.
Gotta, dot,
Yes,
dot your I's and cross your T's.
right.
Oh, yes.
And the drawings, Dan Hotek's
Right, Dan did it-
volunteered his
right.
time, and he's doing the drawings. And those are
is that any relations to you?
yeah, kind of.
How they twist the arm there to get things done. I know. But that's
Yeah.
good. That's
Yeah.
contacts.
Yeah.
That's how our community works.
right.
But Dan does a great job. I know.
Yes, yeah.
I've used him before myself.
Yeah, he's been in the community a long time.
Long time.
And-
He's stuck it out, because
Yes,
a lot of
yeah.
times these guys float in here and float out, but he loves it here.
Yes,
He loves
yes.
it.
So it's a wonderful place.
Yeah.
Yes, it's great.
Yeah.
Well, you going to stick around more than 2 years?
I'm trying to buy a house. So here in Front Royal.
That
So
gives you deep roots.
yeah.
Then
I'll be stuck here.
You've lasted 2 years. I mean, I think
We're
you're
not
gonna
letting
be,
her go.
I think you'll be here for a while. They've had some changes in the last few years. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
But we're
yeah.
glad you're here.
I'm
and,
glad to be here.
Look at that. You got your dress on.
Yeah,
got
it's
books on.
National Library Week this week, so I put on my book dress.
You're like Megan out at the Humane Society, man. She is into dogs and cats and everything she does. She lives and breathes it. And
Oh, Megan's so much fun. I got to do the polar plunge, and
Yes.
they've got a.
we got video of that.
You did, and they've got a good executive director over there too. So,
she's like
happy
you.
to
I mean,
support.
you got,
yeah.
we got another one. They got a book. Now we'll call her the book lady because literally she does. But anyway, it's a lot of fun talking to you, and we will get back together. We got to do this more often. 'Cause you
Yeah,
guys do
of course.
too much stuff to cover in one session. So
True.
Yeah.
That's true.
we'll narrow this down and come a little more often.
Yeah,
is that
that
good?
sounds great.
Yeah.
All right, we got
Thank
a lot
you
of
so
good
much.
things.
Thank you.
We'll put
Yeah.
all the information below the video so people can click on the links and go to your website, et cetera, et cetera.
Great. Yep.
And we'll see you on the 23rd of April. Okay.
Yeah, see you on the 23rd.
All right, thank you
Sounds
so
good.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.